In the olden days of video gaming, there was nothing. No resources to tell you what was good or what was bad. But now, in the 21st century, we have found the light. The light of the internet. And to be honest with you, there is a lot on the internet. Bountiful amounts of information that could otherwise prove to be, well, overwhelming. Seriously? I'm in the middle of explaining something great and you're just going to cut me off like that? Anyway, the light! That's much better. In today's society, as I was saying, it's hard to keep track of the whats and whatnots about games. So, we decided to make it simple for you. Introducing your host of The Scoop. Give it up for Jay Doomers! Woo! Yeah! Thanks, Manny. Hey, I'm Jay Doomers, and welcome to The Scoop. This is actually the debut episode of The Scoop, so in case you're unfamiliar with what our show is all about, it's about condensing all the information you need when you're purchasing a video game into a nice little bite-sized package. Today's episode is going to be about Ducktales Remastered, developed by WayForward Technologies and published by Capcom. Here's what you need to know about Ducktales Remastered. It was released August 2013 digitally to PlayStation Network, Steam, and the Wii console, eventually coming to the Xbox 360 and the Wii U on disc. The game is an action platformer, playing similarly to Mega Man by nature. Side-scroller, killing enemies, getting points. You know, the whole deal. You play as Scrooge McDuck, the richest duck in Duckburg, as he journeys on his quest to become even richer. Which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. He goes along with his nephews across 5 corners of the world. Transylvania, the mines, the Amazonian jungle, the ice caps, and the journey to find these 5 magical treasures that will indeed make him the richest duck in Duckburg. As stated before, the gameplay is similar in style to Mega Man, but it's totally different. You hop around on a pogo stick, which essentially serves as your way of getting around to different areas. Scrooge can jump, but he can't jump that high, so he has to rely on chaining jumps together through his pogo stick on various other enemies' heads. And jumping is not the only thing the pogo stick's good for. Scrooge McDuck actually utilizes it to take out various objects that are in his way, proving it to be one of his most valuable tools. Points are gained throughout the level by collecting various treasures hidden amongst the map. Others are in plain sight, and some of them you actually have to jump in certain spots of the map for them to trigger. Note here. And as you rack up these points, you can actually use them to purchase concept art from the in-game store. It's a nice bonus. Here's what you should know about Ducktales. Now, since this is the first episode, I'm going to kind of guide us through as we go. What you should know is more for the hardcore gamer, more for the seasoned veteran that wants a little bit more than the basic details. Here's what you should know about Ducktales Remastered. The game is essentially a remake of the 8-bit classic for the NES, originally released in the 80s. They improved upon many aspects of the game design, not just including gameplay. Music. Level design. And overall, the game is a much more polished version of what it originally was. One of the more notable changes from the NES version, each of the levels actually have their own set of collectible items that you must get in order to advance the plot. Each item triggers a cutscene, showing off the characters of the Ducktales world. All but some performed by their original voice actors, including Alan Young, who at 90 years old came back to reprise his role as Scrooge McDuck. And if you do happen to make it to the end of the level, you'll be met with a very, very formidable boss, who on the higher difficulties actually do a pretty good job of making sure you're skilled at the game. Now we've covered what you need to know, and we've covered what you should know. Now I'm going to tell you what I want you to know. Personally, I had a great time playing this game. It is completely identical to the 8-bit version in every regard, and to that it's just about flawless. It's perfect. Everything that was wrong with the original game, lives, respawning, has all been fixed in this new one. It's completely beautiful. Touch it, make love to it. Jake Kaufman, the composer of the game's tracks, he did a phenomenal job of bringing these songs back to life. Not that there was any trouble to begin with. The Moon theme sounds even crispier in my opinion, and you're gonna love the way you look. I can't promise you anything. One thing I didn't understand about it though is, as you go through the levels, eventually Mrs. Beakley comes up to you and she goes, "Hey Scrooge, I made you a home-cooked meal." And then what does she do? She throws desserts and cakes at you. Which we then realize the true enemy of this game is diabetes. I'm your host, Jay Dubers, and between you and me, you should play Ducktales Remastered. It's a whole lot of fun. Catch you on the flip side. Hey there, thanks for watching the debut episode of The Scoop. If you have any comments or suggestions on what games you want to see next, put them in the comment box below. You know how YouTube works, I'm not going to insult you. And also, if you're interested in any of my other works, check out my channel. This is Jay Dubers and